This is Jeremy with Morgan Systems out of Forney, Texas. In this video, I'll be comparing Grok versus ChatGPT with 4 common AI tasks: drafting a professional email, creating an image, generating a contract, and resolving a conflict. By the end of this video, I hope we can decide together which AI tool is best for the job. I'd rather AI perform these tasks instantly than hire a virtual assistant. We'll be testing for efficiency, functionality, and which of these chatbots can bring a human touch. For the rest of this video, I'll also be using voice cloning software by 11 Labs, so we'll get a chance to see how that software can help me out with my lines as well. Let's get started.
This is my first prompt for crafting a professional email. The email is to a new client of my managed IT services company, Morgan Systems. In this example, the customer is Jeffrey King. He works from home at the C-level of his company and also trades stocks. I want to build the right custom computer for his needs. First, I test the prompt with ChatGPT by pasting it in directly. The reply sounds relatively human, but it is a little wordy for my taste. So I ask ChatGPT to make it 30% shorter. The revised version reads well. It is smart and concise without losing clarity. Next, I paste the same prompt into Grok. The initial response feels a little heavy, so I ask Grok to shorten it as well. The second reply from Grok is the right length, but it comes off mechanical and robotic. It does not sound nearly as human as the ChatGPT version. For this task, I consider it a win for ChatGPT on the professional email. For my next prompt, I'll be generating a marketing image for my managed IT services business. First, I paste my prompt into ChatGPT along with an example of a marketing image that I like. I ask ChatGPT to create something similar in style, but customized for my business. Then, I do the exact same thing with Grok. This time, Grok actually finishes first. The graphic looks good. It's very similar to the original image I provided. It even creates a logo for me, which I could easily swap out with my own to personalize it. However, when I compare it to the graphic created by ChatGPT, I notice a difference. The ChatGPT version looks more refined. It's sharper. The details feel more intentional. It looks better suited for a managed IT services company, and even the logo appears more polished. I'm genuinely impressed with the result. For my third test, I'll be drafting a contract for my fictional client, Jeffrey King. The contract includes building a website, maintaining it for 6 months, and providing some light SEO work. It also includes an option for heavier SEO services, including a high domain authority backlinking strategy. I paste the prompt into ChatGPT and review the results. The content itself is solid, but something about the formatting feels off. It is a little difficult on the eyes. I cannot quite pinpoint why, but the sections are harder to compartmentalize. Next, I paste the same prompt into Grok. Like the other prompts, it takes slightly longer to generate a response. When the result appears, I immediately notice a difference. It is easier to read. The sections are clearly divided with distinct subheadings, and the overall tone feels more legal in nature, which fits the task well. I then ask both chatbots to convert the contract into a Word document for download. With ChatGPT, this is no problem. The document generates smoothly and looks perfectly fine. When I try the same request with Grok, I receive an error stating that it cannot directly generate or send binary files in a .docx format. So instead, I copy and paste the entire contract into a Word document manually. Once formatted, it actually looks even better. At this point, I begin to notice a pattern. The more technical and structured the task is, the more suited it seems for Grok. The more human and conversational the task is, the more suited it feels for ChatGPT. Finally, for my last prompt, I ask the chatbots to resolve a conflict with a customer. My prompt is to write an empathetic response to an angry client who claims they lost money because their server was down for 2 hours. Once again, I find the initial response from ChatGPT a little too long for my taste, so I ask it to cut the length in half. The revised version is strong. It feels human, calm, and professional. I can easily imagine this kind of response helping to ease the customer's frustration. When I review Grok's reply, the tone feels different. The sentences are longer and slightly choppy. It reads more mechanical, almost like a series of run-on thoughts rather than a natural conversation. For this task, I would call it another win for ChatGPT. When sounding human is paramount, ChatGPT clearly has the edge.
ChatGPT still leads the pack, in my opinion, offering more human, thank you, baby, more relevant responses, especially when the questions get complex. We didn't fully investigate the AI voice features today, but both platforms offer voice options which make the conversation feel real, which is definitely worth testing for yourself. What are the chances AI will want to take over the world?
AI doesn't have desires or intentions the way people do. It's essentially a tool created and directed by humans. The real challenge isn't some sci-fi scenario of AI taking over on its own, but how people design, use, and control these systems. If we're responsible, putting in safeguards, governance, and aligning AI with human values, the chances of a dystopian takeover are basically zero. In short, it's on us, not the AI, to make sure things go well.
How will AI begin taking over the world?
That's a loaded question. Realistically, AI won't take over like in movies. It's more about gradual integration. We're already seeing it handle tasks better than humans, from driving cars to diagnosing diseases. If anything shifts power, it'll come from companies or governments using AI for control, like surveillance or economic dominance, not some rogue robot army. What worries you most about it?
If you're in the Dallas area and need help with your technology, whether it's building a website, migrating data to a new computer, or learning how to integrate AI into your routine, reach out to me and we can get started by setting up an appointment. Thank you.